Hey, what is up, guys? It has been a long time. Just been far too busy to put out a ton of videos and such, but Pops and I finally made it to the property today. I'm up in the first stand. He's actually running back to the quad to get some spray some gly and such. A few of the food plots didn't quite get a good kill off, so we got that to do. I just got done checking this stand, putting a new strap on, checking the lifeline and everything, making sure everything's squared away. Real cool aspect of this stand is behind this stand, I don't know if I can get a good shot of it, but it's a big fallow field, high moisture field. Probably could have planted it this year if they farmed it anymore, but the farmer gave up a few years back. But there's a big creek bottom over there. It's a big bedding area. And when I got up the stand, standing right here, about 80 yards off, there was a buck slipping that edge in full velvet. Pretty good sized buck. I think I may even know which buck it is, but I don't know for sure. But this was a much needed nature visit. Get some plots going, get some stuff going. We checked the blind already, but this is a spot set up on the corner of the food plots that we can tuck up into, short entrance exit. Not quite a disturbing type setup. It is a disturbing exit though. Oftentimes a lot of the deer will siphon down out of this corner of the property, so you got to pick and choose when you leave. That's the only bad thing about this spot. But we can shoot to this corner of this food plot with a gun. We can shoot across to the plot that the locust plot, as I call it. There's a locust tree in the middle of it that we're gonna have to end up cutting because it's starting to get to the point where it's taking too much light. But that's the setup we got right here. This is actually the stand that Dovahkiin got shot out of, and it's a good little corner. It's a good stand, very comfortable stand that we got here set up in this big oak tree. One thing I will discuss with you guys momentarily is, you know, you're at about my perspective. We've got two clustered trees here that allow for a draw of your bow and such. We've got clustered trees here, corner of the food plots down below. That's the far plot over there. What would be nice though is to be able to shoot down through there. You can see there's opening there, but I got this big maple right here. And we've been buying our time because we've got this young oak tree growing up right here. I think one more season and the oak branches that come out are going to provide us the cover that maple does. Because the problem is when that maple tree drops its leaves early, we really start to be kind of uncovered in here. This used to be completely exposed, but that oak, all this oak leaves have really kind of tightened that in some. And as we all know, oaks will hold on to their leaves a lot longer than other types. So, but we're going to get rid of, oh, look at there. That's always cool. Got some sandhill cranes over there. But one more season and then we'll probably get rid of those maple branches and that whole maple tree, or at least the branches in here. We'll be able to shoot through these oaks or over them because we'll trim them just a tiny bit. But I expect by next year this whole hole right here will be covered. So then we'll have one little slip shot there, shot there, shot there, and then a far shot across to the food plot if able. So that's what we got, guys. And because it's always one of the main questions, because everybody is so obsessed with food plots, and I get it to a point, probably asking, or I'll get emails, what are we planting right here? So this corner will have a lot of cereal grains, and I'm going to try to get clover grown in here. However, I have not taken care of the soil back here in this corner. So I don't expect the clover to flourish. However, what I'm going to do is this next spring, I will frost seed this pretty heavy, and I will then hit this with some serious lime. It needs it. I want to say the last time we soil tested it, which this corner we don't worry about much, so it's been a few years. The pH was low then, so I'm sure it's even lower now. But we're gonna just do what we can here this year, and then I'll work on remediating it into the future. In the big plot over there, or the locust plot, we're gonna probably put, it's gonna be mainly a brassica blend. I'm gonna seed it real heavy. That's gonna be primarily dominated by brassicas. The food plot that connects to that one over here to my right, which you can't really see, it is going to be planted in predominantly cereal grains this year. I'm going to mix in some chicory in there. or chicory in this corner. But yeah, I basically go back and forth between a cereal grain blend that looks something like this. We'll just put it on the screen. If that works out, that's cool. If not, it looked really weird. And then my brassica blend is typically this flat topper by Real World, but oftentimes I will incorporate, as you guys know, I'm a big winter rye fan, so I will probably include winter rye in every single plot. I even throw winter rye down over my clover at times, so because it germinates well. It's just an all-around good seed, and I'm actually getting set to talk about plots in the next podcast. So this video can be a little bit of a teaser for the next podcast. It's going to be a food plot discussion. So yeah, I think that's all I got, guys. Maybe I'll check in a little bit, try to get this shared today. It's like August 8th or something like that, so I'll try to get this up ASAP for you guys. God bless. Hey guys, so still at the swamp, or actually we are no longer at my place. We are over at the swamp property. For those of you who are familiar, you know this is just should be amazing spot. Potential wise, this is the best property I've ever stepped foot on that I can hunt. It's a little bit of a frustrating parcel. The landowner and some of his grandkids, and come gun season, we lose this place basically until they tell us we can get back out here, which some years isn't until December. Some years it's literally the Monday after opening weekend, so they're not diehard guys. But anyways, it's a blessing to have it, but it's also a frustrating property. It lays out great, but the big bucks out here have a lot of areas they can get to that they can be unhunted. But the reason why I decided to record this stand, this is a stand that we call the oak flat stand. It's in a swath of oak flat that to my right or to my north is just a canary grass field. To my south is the food plot. You can't see it, but it's through there. And then on beyond that's a cornfield, and then beyond that is a huge swamp. And this is a go-between. There's corn to my east behind the stand, and out in front of me is more timber and everything, and then it hooks up to some canary grass swamps up in the northwest of me. So it's a good corridor, and the deer used to always travel it. Well, the last couple of years there's been a beaver issue, and the drainage for this whole entire lower area, thousands of acres around us, was backed up. And this whole area was just underwater the last couple of years. And as you can tell now, bone dry. There's a drainage ditch over here that usually has water, and it's bone dry. So the deer are back to using this corridor. And this is a stand that we have not hunted in years, but we've kept it prepped because it always screams good potential. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is just a massive deer runway, and there's better footage out in front. I'll try to throw that up now, but you can just see, I mean, it's like a freeway down there. So I'm going to try to cut an opening through to that this year, and we may have to slip in here. It doesn't have good cover. It's not a good stand when it comes to that side of things, but golly, it just screams potential of killing a big deer in here. So things change. You have to adapt, react, and thankfully, again, the oak flat is dry, and who knows what could happen when that happens. So fingers crossed, something good.